Swatikap. I am Dan. I am in Thailand. And I'm going to do a teaser for my channel here while answering a tag called the To Be tag. Thank you, Heather Reads, for tagging me. You do me too much credit. I've actually only been on YouTube, Booktube for 6 months. So it's a good time to reevaluate, though. I thought I'd do these questions anyway. So the first one is 3 things that are still true about you from your newbie channel, newbie video. Well, it's all still true. I went and back listed and checked. The main point to emphasize being the books over tube, in that I'm very bookish, old-fashioned, and also not technical. So if you can look past that sort of what I'm calling a fun lo-fi vibe of my studio here at work where I record, so that's why we have these neutral backgrounds and the distance and all that from the screen, and acoustics is all set by my work. However, some new changes. We are gonna stay analog, but gonna find a way to bring you my new jingle. My brother over there at ZenPoint Media has finished our new song for this channel, so that's exciting. We're gonna break that out when I figure out how. And we're gonna try to do some videos from home and out and about in Bangkok, which I think you'll really enjoy. So the second question in this prompt is 3 things that are false. Nothing was really false, so I'll just go with some things that are new. If anything's false, it's that I will be changing emphasis a little bit, not from the newbie video that I did, but from the Why I'm Not Quitting and books talk swap videos that I did. So I had an eventual goal to do a sort of talk swap book group, not in real time, kind of like tags, but with just talking about one title of books. Anyway, I'm tabling that for now. I think it's too soon, and I need to spend some more time just sinking into Booktube as it is before reforming, even though I do want to create my own little niche and corner still, so hopefully it'll happen someday. Probably one of you big YouTubers will take up the idea and it'll explode. But for now, we're going to table talk swap. We've finished pretty much with the poetry analysis.com series. So we're going to move into a new series, which is pastiches, where as a way of reviewing a book, I write a original chapter, poem, excerpt, whatever, story, whatever it might be, in the style, thematics, et cetera, of a book, to really give you a full feel and idea of what that book is about. It's a sort of creative, fun, short, those are all quite short, way to look at a bunch of books. I've got about 50 of those. So that series will be starting up. And I'm going to do a couple little slightly more academic things to see if anyone's interested. I don't want to sell myself or anyone else short, so I'm thinking of doing one of those iceberg ones, and also a tier ranking of literary critics. Question 3 says, which creators got you started in all this? Well, I'll tell you who you have to blame. It's Scallydaggling, I can never say her channel right, Roz over there at Scallydaggling with Books, and Katya at Page Turners, who got me started. Can you imagine? Those are the first 2 people that I found. Erudite, super worldly, right? Very literary. And so that's why I got kind of a shock then when I started researching, the mass of Booktube, which is much more, YA, romantasy, you know what I mean? Slightly younger vibe. Then I had that little shock when I said, oh, no, I'm not quitting Booktube. I'm going to stick with this and find a way. I thought it would be from the beginning was like the 20 or so nerdy little, bookish people. But it turns out there's a million booktubers out there. But a lot of them, let's hope that they discover my channel and look past the rough exterior and are able to get to the content and really get inspired to read some classics and whatnot. But in the meantime, I do want to say that I have found a lot of great new content since then, including Malcolm Gite. I'm not sure how to say his last name. If you haven't discovered him, the Santa Claus of Booktube, definitely check him out. He's amazing. Rory Reads Anything, also very fun. So many great people that I've discovered since. And including, I was already a booktuber without knowing it a few years ago when I first took a little look and let me see if there's anything interesting or clever on on YouTube. I found one of the literary people that I found was a guy called Jorge's Corner, and he is a booktuber. So I had a booktuber way back in the day that I didn't even know. 4 is the question of growth. All right, well, let's just say I'm nailing quality over quantity. I am still under 30 people subscribed, and that is okay because I haven't pushed it at all, obviously. But, how to say, I would like to give myself a year, say, to fully indulge myself with just having this chance finally to speak about books, even if it's out into the void, before worrying too much about, at a certain point, of course, I do want it to be that I'm bringing something to the community, and that's being reflected in, people's engagement with me. But for now, the engagement I have is amazing because, I'm able to give full reciprocity to any people that are interested, and I can watch all their stuff, and we can comment each other back and forth, and that's really great to be able to do that on this level. And it was all that I thought Booktube was going to be in the beginning anyway. So, yeah. The ideal viewer for me, young, old, male, female, something else, any ethnicity, language. I guess I do these in English, so that's a limiting factor. But I would love to. Ideally, I would like to have a lot of international engagement with people with channels in all different countries, telling us about the books and literary debates in their countries that aren't being translated, that we would never know about otherwise. That's really the ideal of Booktube, and I'm finding some of it. So number 6 says, promote some creators that you think are doing good work. I've got in Malaysia. No, not Gerald the Bookworm. That's someone else. Oh, there's someone I really love in Malaysia whose name just flew out the window. I'm going to put him down in the comments. But there's Berna in Turkey. There's Jim in the Republic of Georgia I just discovered the other day. So there's some great international creators out there. Then we've got my hardcore subscribers. Well, there's Heather Reads, who joined recently, has been very engaged, and I appreciate that so much. But from the very beginning was Mr. Book Ramble has been there with me all along. I couldn't do it without him. He's keeps me going. He's got some great content. Check him out as well. And my mom. No, she doesn't even subscribe. She doesn't know how to do any of this stuff. All right, so changes, number 8. So this is going to be where actually I talk kind of about a little bit of what I'm proud about on the channel instead. And I'll end with one last change. Because the big change is that this is my new teaser video. So let me tell you what you can find on this channel, some cool stuff. So we still got tons and tons of classics, right? And old classics, new classics, Western classics, Eastern classics. You've got tons of Nobels. We're probably 20 or I don't know how many people into the Nobels. We'll eventually cover most, if not all of them. You've got plays, novels, poetry. The French stuff seems to be really popular, to my surprise. The Candide video I did after the earthquake here got the most views, along with the apocalypse tag that I did in response to that. Also did one on Dumas to go along with the Reading Around the World group, a classics group that I'm doing with Roz and Katya. I did one about his adventure story that he wrote about race, because he's of mixed race. A lot of people don't realize. Alexandre Dumas from the Three Musketeers, and Count of Monte Cristo, and Man in the Iron Mask. I'm also in the 1001 Nights group, I think, I'm trying to, if that's still going. And más español. There's going to be a lot more Spanish content coming. I don't know why that hasn't gotten too much yet. So I'm going to hit that pretty soon. We got 2 more African things that I'm just about to add. One's a mystery. We've got a lot more Asian stuff coming. I got a sci-fi from China. We've got all the Thai content, of course, novels, history, some videos from the Bangkok Book Fair, from the Bangkok Library. I'll be visiting a Wat soon, which is a temple where Safan Phu, one of the great writers here, wrote Prapumani, one of their great fairy tales. So we'll be doing a lot more out and around the community in Bangkok, which I think you'll enjoy. Got lots of women content here. Also addressed that whole issue of this supposed lack of literature for boys these days. Not true. But I don't do dramas. I don't enter into those debates in those kinds of ways. Even the couples videos that I've done on sort of dangers of spoiler phobia, dangers of DNF reviews, they're clear and obvious, I hope, spoofs. I hope my humor comes across. There's going to be a lot more games I'd like to do. I've already got on there the haiku reviews. So I do a review in haiku for me, try to guess what work of literature it is. I've got the Up Down that I've already done for Time Magazine. I'm going to do another one for One Up, One Down for the Guardian 100. I'm going to figure out if I'm more British or more American. Got lots of great non-fic. I weighed in on the whole debate with the RLE, Nino. These people wrote the books on honesty, literally, and they have been caught cheating. And I believe that I found in one of the books that I read of them pretty much a confession letter, and I break that down for you. Lots of great nonfiction content there. Gen XYZ, The Secret Museum. So what else have we got? Well, we're going to continue mainly to feature one title review lists. I don't do the hauls and the wrap-ups and stuff. I just prefer to take things, less is more for me, so just one at a time. So these review lists that I'm calling them, we've got con men, pirates, gamblers. We've got a love feast. We've got the Guinness World Record holder of the world's longest palindrome that reads the same forward, backwards, and forward. Wrote a whole novel without the letter E, the most common letter in the French language. Amazing guy. We got humor, lots of humor. Pickle for the knowing ones. Anyone? And some of these have already, that I know for sure, that are being adapted that you can go and watch as well and compare with what I say. The Last Unicorn, Shantaram is being done as well. I believe Ishiguro's Buried Giant is being adapted. So that's all exciting stuff. And I'll end with this. I would love to do, I've seen a little Booktube news. Some people did that for a minute. Of course, all the shout outs that we're always doing to encourage people to watch each other's videos and channels. But I would love to interview some booktubers. Back in the day when I did radio, I did mainly interviews. And so I would really like to get back into that. I really enjoy it. So any of you out there in Booktube land who would like to be interviewed, I would love to interview you. Get in contact, and that'll be another exciting thing to look forward to on this channel. Thank you so much. Sawadee Kam.